Welcome back to Skytech-Lens. Let's talk about the places where cars are made. For decades, Toyota's Georgetown, Kentucky plant was a symbol of American manufacturing strength, even if it was Japanese-owned. But in late 2025, that confident hum of machinery has faded, replaced by uncertainty. Earlier this year, the Georgetown plant halted Lexus production and scaled back the RAV4, far more than a routine adjustment. This slowdown is part of a troubling pattern across the U.S., exposing cracks in what was once a fortress of manufacturing. Workers now face reduced hours and job insecurity, their futures suddenly uncertain. The industry feels less like a well-oiled machine, and more like one running on fumes. While global disruptions are blamed, the reality points to domestic policies making these factories more vulnerable. The silence in these plants is the sound of a broken promise. When a giant like the Georgetown plant slows, the shockwaves hit the whole region. Suppliers across the Midwest and South, once thriving, are now cutting hours and laying off staff. Local businesses, from diners to hardware shops, see fewer customers and shrinking orders. Each lost shift means less money in the community, less tax revenue, and more anxiety. Hundreds of suppliers have shut their doors, and transport companies report their weakest shipments in over a decade. The slowdown creates a vicious cycle of uncertainty, eroding financial security for entire towns. Ironically, policies meant to protect these jobs have made them more precarious. The unraveling of this ecosystem leaves communities wondering what will be left when the dust settles. How did we get here? In early 2025, the White House imposed a 25% tariff on imported cars and parts, targeting even close allies. The idea: make imports expensive, force companies to build in America. But modern car manufacturing is global. A Kentucky-built car might have parts from 3 countries. The tariff was a sledgehammer to North America's integrated supply chain, raising costs instead of boosting jobs. Automakers faced billions in new expenses, forcing them to either absorb losses or raise prices and risk sales. Toyota's North American division posted losses, citing $3 billion in tariff costs. Production plummeted, with output dropping by 30% in a single month. The America First policy backfired, creating the very instability it aimed to prevent. The numbers are staggering. U.S. automakers absorbed $18 billion in new costs in the first year of tariffs. Toyota's global earnings dropped by $9.5 billion, slashing profit forecasts. Ford and GM cut output by up to 10%, and Wall Street responded with falling stock prices. Tariffs drove up raw material prices by up to 40%. Adding $3,000 to every U.S.-built vehicle. America became one of the most expensive places to build a car. The jobs these policies were meant to protect? Thousands lost, or at risk, as production and supply chains shrank. Researchers warned the U.S. could lose a quarter of its auto supply chain by 2030. The attempt to build a fortress around the industry turned it into a prison of high costs. Instead of renewal, protectionism delivered diminishing returns. The numbers don't lie. While the US built walls, Canada rolled out the welcome mat, offering stability, predictability, and cheap, clean power. Canada's electricity grid, especially in Ontario and Quebec, is powered by renewables, making energy up to 20% cheaper for manufacturers. This, combined with open markets and consistent regulation, made Canada a magnet for investment. Trade agreements like CPTPP and a stable USMCA gave automakers confidence to invest. As American plants cut shifts, Canadian provinces celebrated new factories. Canada's calm, calculated approach attracted jobs in factories the US was driving away. The contrast couldn't be clearer. Canada harnessed change, while the US struggled in chaos. Stability became Canada's greatest asset. Side by side, the US and Canadian strategies are night and day. America's closed fists approach, tariffs, threats, and isolation, has backfired, raising costs and creating uncertainty. Canada's open arms strategy is built on collaboration, incentives, and regulatory stability. Instead of walls, Canada built bridges, especially in the electric vehicle sector. The results are clear. America faces higher costs and shrinking jobs, while Canada enjoys a surge of investment. The US has become a less reliable place to do business, punishing the very industry it sought to protect. Canada, meanwhile, is a magnet for high-tech manufacturing and future-focused jobs. The Canadian government partners with automakers, offering incentives for EV and battery plants. One country fought globalization, the other learned to ride its wave. The future is being built north of the border. Follow the money, and you'll see why automakers are betting on Canada. Honda's $15 billion investment in Ontario will create thousands of jobs in a massive EV and battery complex, supported by $5 billion in government incentives. It's a game-changer for the region. Toyota, scaling back in Kentucky, is expanding in Canada, its plants running at full tilt. Japanese automakers now produce nearly half of Canada's vehicles, with Toyota alone making over 500,000 units a year. These decisions are driven by low-risk, cheap energy, and secure trade access. Canada offers a smarter, more stable bet for global automakers. If trends continue, Canada could capture 40% of North America's EV and battery capacity by 2030. While America protected yesterday's factories, Canada secured tomorrow's. The flow of investment tells the story: two nations, two destinies. This isn't just about corporations, it hits American families hard. Tariffs have pushed the average new car price above $50,000, making vehicles a luxury for many. Families are holding on to older cars longer, driving up used car prices too. The policy meant to help workers as punish consumers, acting as a hidden tax on every family. Automakers can't absorb the costs forever, so prices keep rising, or models get delayed. Toyota, for example, is delaying the RAV4 redesign, leading to likely shortages and even higher prices. Consumers face a lose-lose choice: pay more now or wait and pay even more later. The result? Less financial security, more debt, and fewer options for ordinary Americans. A policy promising prosperity has delivered only pain at the checkout. America stands at a crossroads. Its protectionist policies have created a high-cost, high-risk island, pushing investment north and leaving factories quiet. Doubling down would only accelerate decline and isolation. The alternative? A course correction, dismantling tariffs, re-engaging with global partners, and creating a stable, investment-friendly environment. Learning from Canada's success means collaboration, not confrontation. The choice is clear: continue down a path of decline, or fight to reclaim leadership in automotive innovation. The factories are quieter, costs are rising, and the world is watching. The time for denial is over. America must decide: builder of the future or museum of the past. Thanks for watching. Subscribe the channel for more updates.